Happy Friday. I'm taking a slight break out of writing my twin BDSM novel. Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot. Oh. To share some fangirl with you. I guess the TV edition. There's two shows that I'm like losing my shit over right now, and one is, and they're like complete opposite ends of the spectrum, which is interesting. The first is Outlander, of course. I think I'm like one of the few people in existence who hasn't actually read the book, and this is one of the few. Generally, I try to at least read the first book of a series before it goes. I did it with Game of Thrones and sort of with The Strain, but and most movies I try to read the book first just so I have some basis of like whatever. Outlander, I think part of it was because I'm not on a historical kick right now, and part of it is because I find her husband incredibly dull in the book. And so I was just having a hell of a time. I got like 15 pages and was like, ugh. So I just stopped. I mean, I'll circle back. I will circle back. Just not right now. But the show is just excellent. And, I didn't really see what the fuss about, don't shoot me, about Jamie Fraser was until I saw him actually on screen and being like, do I have to throw you over my shoulder and take you with me while covered in the blood of his enemies? Yeah. Please, can you throw me over your shoulder and take me with you? Like, done. Sure, take your shirt off and, let her sew you up or whatever the fuck. Whew. He's something else. He's super hot. And it's just interesting. Claire is such an interesting character to me because she's very capable, and I really like that about her. I mean, which is not to say that, it's a kind of a thing now, like, women folk, we can be very well-rounded creatures. We can save ourselves and whatnot. And so I like how like stubborn and just like take charge she is, and the fact that she's a freaking nurse and some of the horrible things she's seen. I really enjoy how it was all really brought together and with time travel. So thumbs up to that one. I'm hooked. I'm hardcore hooked, and I will continue to watch that until Kingdom Come. And then the second one is The Strain, which I'm a huge, very large, Guillermo del Toro. I hope I said his name right. I've been a fan of his movies since ages gone past, and I watched the first episode of The Strain. I almost didn't, but Hannibal's kind of expanded my horizons a little when it comes to horror. I'm a little more accepting of these things now than I was when, before I'd be like hiding under a pillow crying or something. So I enjoyed the first episode. I was like the whole entire time. And so when I was on like flying down to Texas for RWA, I picked up The Strain, just like the book, because I was like, this thing, I was like, yeah, it probably won't be that awesome. And it kind of was. And I tore through that in like 6 hours, like total. Really good book, and in the show's differentiating a bit. I mean, the timeline's very different, but I can appreciate it because different mediums and all that. I'm okay with it. I think there's one exception. Freaking Abraham's grandma was way more badass than that in the book. In case you're wondering. Way more badass, and that I'm hoping that comes into future episodes a little bit, like just how awesome she was, and not badass like kick ass, but badass, just like that lady was something else, and she deserves to be represented correctly in this medium as well. So we'll see. Jury's out on that. But other than that, I mean, they cast Voldemort Frey as freaking Abraham, and I was just like, yes. I don't care if I hate you on Game of Thrones, I love you in this one, so yay! So I've been fangirling pretty hardcore over that one. Like, enough that I'm actually, like, up to date on it, which doesn't happen often. And, so I'm really curious and cautiously optimistic over where both those shows are going in relation to the books. And I will read Outlander. I will. Yeah, so that's what I'm super excited about these days. I'm super excited about the fall lineup, and there's some really good stuff. And now I have DVR, so I can actually like be up to date with like the rest of the world. I'm not a full season behind anymore. if I can get up to date first. So, yeah, those are Outlander, The Strain. You should check them out if you haven't already. And I will see you all next week.